Hello everybody! This video is for everyone who wants to learn a language and doesn't know where to start exactly, I guess. Or just kind of what you could use as a guideline. This is a extension of the live stream I held yesterday that went on for too long and we actually ended up not going over the topic as much as it could have been. So, first of all, I'm going to tell you how I learn languages and how you can use that as like a guideline, and then I will go over kind of the best things to keep in mind when learning a language to motivate yourself and keep you on track. So here we go. I can bet you that I can figure this out in less than 5 minutes, so the video will only be 6 minutes. Here we go. Alright, so here we go. Number one, don't learn the alphabet first. A lot of people tell you to learn the alphabet first, but I say learn that second. First, make sure you kind of like the alphabet, like the language, not the alphabet. Listen to some phrases. Watch maybe listen to a song in that language. See, like, if this is like, oh, this is cool. Because if you think it's cool, then you will already be able to go like, oh, okay, this is interesting. You're motivated. So, next, I say go on to Obligat, and I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it will have not only the alphabet, but things about that language, and phrases, and some really helpful videos to kind of show you where to start. It's a really great stepping stone, and I always go to there no matter how many languages I learn. That's one of my first stops, because it has more languages than most of the apps I'm going to mention. Next, I go to Duolingo to kind of get a feel for the language. I would not recommend Duolingo for fluency, but definitely for exposure and kind of getting a feel for the language. Norwegian is the best language to learn on Duolingo, and it's the most coverage. Like, it will, going through that, you will know the most, and it'll be kind of like the best. While I think Japanese is one of the more poorly constructed ones, you might want to go onto YouTube to learn the alphabet for that. So, yes, so you already learned the alphabet from Amigat, and now you're on Duolingo practicing some words and phrases. You can say, like, I am a woman, I like apples, yay, all that good stuff. Now go on to Memrise, and Memrise is alright. I wouldn't recommend it for every single thing, but it has more languages than Duolingo at times because of it. At the moment, they have fan-made courses still available when you go to Memrise. So you can learn, like, Estonian, you can learn Belarusian, you can learn Spanish, you can learn all kinds of different stuff, and you can also learn other things like math and everything like that that isn't specifically language-wise. But it is more for memorization, so you will be thrown more words that are like watashi wa no name wa, like my name is in Japanese, even if you were just learning basic vocabulary in Duolingo for fish, hi, look out, like stuff like that. Because Memrise has everything in lists, so you can find a list for traveling, for this, for that, and they're all in different courses. Mind you, there are some cases when Memrise has some courses skipped, and so I wouldn't recommend it as all the time for the best way to learn everything, but it is a great way to remember things because it will have you repeat things over and over again. So, yeah, the next thing that I do is go to Language Pod 101 on YouTube to kind of listen to people, because those videos have people actually talking. Then I also go to Learn Easy German and a couple other channels that I'll link down below, because it all kind of will explain things. After that, I go to YouTube and kind of bunny hole the specific topics I need, like German grammar, Italian pronouns, phrases in Spanish, and all that other stuff, and I usually will find stuff pretty easily. I'll link some more of my favorite channels below. Reading, I use at the moment LinkQ. It's not the best if you don't want to have to use the paid version. It is great if you know how to use the free version in a way that you can kind of like use it the best, but it will give you a lot of content all at once. However, you can only make 20 LinkQs in the free version, so use that wisely. Or just say you know everything and breeze through it, and then go back and click the ones. But anyway, you will figure it out. But yeah, be careful with LinkQ. It's a good resource, but you will probably have to pay if you want to use it. Tandem is what I usually use for speaking and connecting with native speakers. That is for Apple, unfortunately, only. For Android, I believe you have Bilinga, but be aware that there are a lot of kind of people that like to date on Bilinga and not learn languages. But I believe there are some others. HelloTalk is pretty good. I've used that one, and I think italki. I've never used italki, but I hear it's quite good. So Android users have other options, but if you have an iPhone, I definitely would recommend Tandem, and when Tandem comes out on Android, I'd recommend that too, because it's just very helpful. Unfortunately, it does not have a web version. It is only on a phone, so For textbooks, I kind of just look up what I can find. If I find a really good textbook, I'll buy it. If I can find it on PDF form, I do that. It really is just kind of whatever I can't find in blogs or YouTube. But usually looking at blogs, YouTube, you figure it out. Or talking with someone, you can figure it out. But yeah, I don't really have a specific like site or anything I go to look up stuff. I don't really use textbooks. Because I'm broke. But anyway, yeah. So here we go. For the last ones, I use typing because I am a writer, so I tend to type a lot. So I go onto a typing site to practice my typing in that language, and then occasionally I will take a language test. Like I'll look up like language proficiency tests and see how I do in there. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, under 6 minutes. So while we have some extra time, because I scheduled this to be about I think 8 minutes, I have 1 to 4 things that will help you stay motivated to learn languages, I believe. Is 1, understand how you learn. This is how I learn. I learn by kind of overwhelming myself with the information at first and then being able to figure out what exactly I need to do by being specific. So I will overwhelm myself with Italian grammar and then I'll figure out, okay, what I'm having problems with is the pronoun and noun agreement or something like that, the subject and verb agreement. There we go. And then I will specifically look into that. That's how I find I learn stuff and can figure it out easily. And then just writing it down for me, repetition, saying it out loud, and annoying people by screaming it at people like, "You are so Donna! I am a woman and I know how to say it!" Because that's just how I remember things. You might not work that way. So try to, while you're practicing and going through everything, try to see how you learn best. Like, does Duolingo help you a lot? Great. Maybe Memrise doesn't help you a lot. Maybe Rosetta Stone is really expensive and doesn't teach you the way that you need to. So always just kind of look around and be open and see like what really clicked. If this clicked for you, that's great. Find more content in that channel that clicks for you. Or if it doesn't, try something else. Try looking for it differently. Understand what your first goal is. Like, here's the thing. Goal setting, I believe you should make 2 goals. 1 is your overarching goal. Like, I want to learn Finnish in 6 months. Great. Now what is your first goal? I need to learn the Finnish alphabet. Or I need to learn the Finnish noun cases. Good luck with those. Things like that. And then once you finish your first goal, move to the second. Okay, learn noun cases. What do I need now? I need to learn how the subject and verb agree. There you go. Once you finish that, keep going until you get to the final goal. And make sure that you keep yourself accountable by giving yourself a bit of time limits. Like, I need to learn this in 2 days, or I want to learn this in a week. I'm going to give myself 14 days to figure out 1,000 words in Finnish and be able to use them in a conversation. Whatever works for you, go for it. So yeah, focus what you need as well. So focus on kind of what you need. A lot of people tell you to just focus on like, I am a this, I am a that, or whatnot. But I believe that you should focus on that, but also make it a bit generalized as well. So understand, like, if you're going to be going shopping a lot, know that you will need to say, like, can I buy that? How much is this? But also know how much, what they're going to be saying back at you. Like, this is this much, or yes, you can have this. No, you can't have that. So that way you know a little bit more than just what you need, but a little bit of, like, what you would encounter as well. So I think it's very helpful to understand, like, how much you're gonna use. Like, yo in Spanish is I. I'm gonna use I a lot. Like, I am hungry. Yo, I'm hungry. You know, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, I am this, I am that. But I'm not gonna say submarine as much. So, like, know if you need to learn certain words and if you don't. So yes, sometimes understand that you have to learn some words that you just don't really think you need, but you'll find helpful later on. For instance, when you're looking at verbs in Italian, you might not think you need, like, abadabada, but you'll find that it really helps you a little bit with understanding, like, the way words work. So if you're doing a course and you just find a bunch of words that seem weird, just still keep them, because even if they're not relevant exactly to you, if you know the word, you might come across it later on, and you'll be like, hey, I know that, and it'll kind of save you in the long run. So yeah, the last one I would say is kind of challenge yourself and just kind of understanding time limits. Know how you get stuff done, and then challenge yourself. So it's like, I know I can write 14 words in 3 minutes. And then it's like, okay, well, I challenge myself to write 52 words in 3 minutes. And they all have to be, like, Italian or something like that. So challenging yourself Not saying you can't do something. It will really help you. I hope that this is helpful for you. Bye!